All right, everybody. Welcome back to Whispers in the Woods. Bookkeeping first. Thanks, Zeke, for the 5 months. And thanks, Fragilities, for following. It feels like it's been forever since we missed 2 weeks from this campaign, but we're finally back. Had to scroll through those character sheets again. Like, who are these guys again? But we're back now. What else? So we're having some errors last Friday that seem to have been fixed up for the most part. Not really sure what was going on, but I tried a couple different things and it worked out. So we seem to be all good for now. And then I guess the other thing is I am currently experiencing thunderstorms in the area. So if I suddenly go offline, then you all know what happened.
You were struck by lightning.
Yes. Died for the second time. All right. So, getting back to Whispers in the Woods. Previously on, it's been a while. Maybe we should give like a little bit of a longer summary. We'll start at the beginning. The party found some odd symbols on their hands, and that was the call to action that brought them all together, as they all were contacted by a rather eccentric wizard. But before he was able to really tell them anything about it, or really even have much of a good look at the symbols at all, he was killed by a troop of assassins who also seemed to have a hit out on the party as well. The party managed to fight off some of those assassins, and the others retreated, leaving the party with a lot of questions that were unanswered. So they decided to pursue the assassins in an attempt to figure out why exactly they had had a hit put out on their names. They pursued the assassins to the west. Actually, let's pull up the map, shall we? We are here, Keltahir, the Phalanx, the homeland of the elves. But let's zoom in a little bit. Ooh. So they started here and pursued the assassins west into the swamp. They found some of them in an old abandoned altar to the nature god Athar, but killed the leader of that small group before he was able to tell them anything. And so they had to operate really only on the only information that they had, which was a note that mentioned a meeting spot to the north near a city called Lysindriel, which the party then headed towards. Lysindriel, as they found when they arrived, is the city of the Wood Elves. They managed to convince one of the noble Wood Elven clans and households to allow them to stay in some of the empty beds that their children had grown up and left the house. And so they have a temporary place of stay in Lysindriel right now. So after asking around a little bit in town, they found that someone had been out in the woods. It's WITW. Someone had been out in the woods sprinkling something odd on some trees, which the party connected to some odd-looking mold that they'd found on some trees on their way to Lysindriel. Now, the party was under the impression that the figure that they saw out in the woods was spreading the mold, and that she may have some sort of connection to the assassins who put the hit on them. as they were told that there was a meeting spot somewhere out in the same woods where that person had been sighted. So they pursued this lead out into the forest, past sort of the surrounding area of Lysindriel, which is called the Mistwoods. Well, there's some information that you'll get from me talking that you won't get from that little quick summary there. But after pursuing the mysterious figure out into the forest past the Mistwoods, they found a hooded figure who was sprinkling something on a tree, and Wits and Draven executed a plan to apprehend this figure, which involved Wits turning invisible and Draven doing some fast running. And so after tackling this person, they quickly learned that she was not the person they were looking for. They had seen a painting of the person they were looking for in one of the houses in Lysindriel, and this person did not match the description. And after only really briefly talking to this person, the party and Ilsavel, the strange figure in the woods, were set upon by a group of rather unpleasant-looking undead that seemed to be infested with some sort of fungus. Let's go back there. So, where we left off, the party had just been set upon by these creatures and had rolled their initiative rolls, which I've got all entered in and ready, as the creatures begin to close in on you. You all ready your weapons, and that's where we left off. So we'll get right back into exactly there. Alrighty. Oh, it was
everyone remember the plan, the directions, which way we're going.
Oh, yeah.
I get
Marcos go for the big one, and that's it.
Yeah, that was all the plan was.
Yeah, I'll handle the bottom left for now. But
I can
if
get top left.
I get bottom right. Okay.
I get big boy.
I'll come help you when I can, Mardos.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it, but it'll be fun till then.
All right, that's the plan.
Kill.
If
Alrighty.
the plan survives.
Turn that down. I was testing
Sorry.
some audio. Don't want to deafen you guys. Alrighty. So, as the creatures make their way out of the surrounding forest, the first to act is Draven. I believe you, pulled out your rapier?
Yep, got the rapier and shield out. I'm a fast boy right now because I still have long strider on.
You
so
do?
I am going to quickly move over to this enemy right here, and I'm going to swing my rapier.
Alright.
And I'm going to try to apply favored foe if I get a hit.
The creature that you walk up to seems to be sort of rotting away. You can see its skeleton and the skull under sort of a very thin layer of flesh. It's sort of covered in these growths, and it's wearing what appears to be sort of armor that has been sort of taken over by these fungal growths. It carries in one of its hands a spear. But your rapier hits.
So it'll be 9 from that, and then I'll do my favored foe on it.
Alright, you can apply that, right? You don't need me to do that?
It's just like a concentration thing for me. I just gotta keep track of that. It's a D4 I get after I hit.
I just mean with the tokens. because
Oh,
we do have
well,
the little brain marker if you want to put
yeah.
that on for concentration.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that
then we
works.
have, because you can do those too, right? It's not just me.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you meant like for the enemy. I was like, no, I can't do anything on him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, it's like a hunter's mark on him, but just a weaker one.
Yeah, I
But,
forget which one
yeah,
I
I'll
was
keep
using.
track.
It's been a while. Forget which one I was using. Let's just use that.
Alright. So 12 total piercing, and then I get. Oh no, wait. There's more piercing because I'll have my swarm attack as well. So I lift up my cloak after I stab at it with my rapier, and my bats swarm out for 3 more piercing damage.
All right. You manage to find sort of a gap in the armor as you attack it, and your swarm does as well. Sort of carving off small chunks of rotting flesh as you do. But the creature itself doesn't really even appear to notice all the damage that it's taking. Just kind of keeps its empty eye sockets fixated on you. And it is still
Yes,
standing.
As expected of a strong, willful undead. And that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Wits, the zombie near you is going to shamble its way towards you. Slightly faster than you expected. It sort of picks up pace and has this sort of awkward limp run towards you. And then with one of its hands, it just sort of swings at you. You can see sort of long, gnarled fingernails as it swipes. And you are AC 12. Right? You didn't have anything applied, right? You don't? Okay. I always
Nah,
forget with
that's
wizards. Sometimes they're different. Alright, then that's going to hit you.
Lovely.
It's going to hit you for 5 bludgeoning.
Oh, I'm not drunk enough for this.
As the creature swipes at you, colliding with your shoulder, rattling you slightly. And it's now your turn, Wits. How do you respond?
Not happy. Hang on, let me see real quick. What would be better to do? Hang on, I need to read this quick thing real quick.
No problem.
Alright.
What are you reading, just so I can read it too?
Shadowblade.
Gotcha.
Alright, I was just reading what it would, what modifier it would take. Alright. Which is gonna bonus action cast Shadowblade.
Okay.
And then he will use it to attack that guy, which should just be should be the same as dagger, so I'll just roll a dagger. Let's fucking go.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
Roll
Roll away.
damage.
You definitely hit.
It needs to be this plus another d8. Actually, wait, hang on. I'll just do it for a second.
All right. You slash at the undead before you with a shadowy blade and meet your mark, cutting quite a large slash into its chest. It sort of reels back slightly from the impact, but is still standing.
And that's the rest of his turn.
All right. Sybil, one of the fungal undead, runs up to you and does the same thing that it did to Wits, which is sort of slash at you with one of its arms.
That's wonderful.
You got a shield now. You're 13, right?
My AC? Yeah, my AC is 13.
All right. Well, that was a roll of 16, so that will hit you.
Oh, cool.
That'll hit you for 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then it will end its turn. Which brings us to Martos.
We're gonna launch the beak hand axe. Obviously, at this big too.
You're a
Yeah.
little robot-y right now.
How about now?
It's a little better, yeah. You're throwing your hand axe at this one?
Yep, big dude.
What's the
There's a
range of your
20.
hand axe?
60? 20 to 60.
Alright, so you're gonna roll that with disadvantage then.
Oh shit.
Since it's outside your close range, it's within your 60, so you roll with disadvantage. Anything
roll
else,
with
anything outside the 60 it automatically misses. Anything within the 20 is a normal roll.
Alright. Look again. Damn.
Alright, then that's going to miss. So I'm going to draw where it lands, okay? Lands right here.
Well, that's fun. And then I guess we gotta just run, avoiding this black shit.
Alright, as you begin to move, as you reach about here, Ilseville uses her reaction to call out to you. And she says, as you sort of make your way towards this large one, she says, the big purple one, don't get near it!
The stump we go. Standing on the stump, then. I appreciate. That's why later. And that's all I can do.
Alright. Then if that's the end of your turn. That brings us to this more heavily armored undead. It's going to stab at you, Draven, with its spear. And you're 16, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, then that's a hit. Sorry, what's the damage dice on that? I'll double check. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. Gotta learn to trust myself more. You save your Constitution save, but you take 7 piercing.
Alright, damage taken.
It has sort of this old-looking, kind of slightly rotted-away spear in its hands. Clearly, probably belonged to whoever this person was beforehand, as looks just about as old and worn as the armor.
Don't worry, fellow. A few moments longer and I'll put you at rest again.
And that'll be the end of its turn. So that brings us to Sybil.
Finally! Okay. I'm going to use Shillelagh. Is it Shillelagh or Shillelagh?
Shillelagh.
Okay, I always get confused.
I think I looked it up a long time ago, and that's what they said.
21 hits, right?
Hmm?
Alright. Get off of me!
Bonk.
That was super underwhelming. Okay.
Hey, any damage is good damage.
All right. You smash your staff into the side of this undead here, and you feel sort of some of its ribs crunch under the weight of your blow. But the creature itself, having no real use for ribs in the first place, simply shrugs it right off.
That's great. Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No. I think that's it for me.
Alrighty. Then the largest undead, this sort of purple fungal giant, moves rather slowly and lumbers towards you, Martos. That's the extent of its movement.
Good.
Alright, that's all it does.
Wonderful.
Alright. Draven, it's your turn.
Alright, we're going for another stab. Oof.
A 12 does not hit. You glance right off of its heavier armor.
Yes, well, hold on a bit longer. And that's all I'm gonna do.
Alrighty. Wits. As the zombie in front of you recovers from sort of the blow that you dealt it, it sort of pulls itself back together and lunges once more at you. And it got a 14, so that's gonna
Damn it.
hit you.
Goodbye, Shadowblade.
What's Shadowblade again? I forget.
It requires concentration, so if I get hit, I lose it.
No,
You get to
make
roll a
con-
save. Yeah, here you go.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So actually, this is a good little learning point here. If you click your token, you can see that little mirror thing that comes up among the two little bubbles.
Yeah.
Sort of the right one. It'll bring up like sort of a list of all these things. There's a little brain one that I use for concentration if you want to remember that you have concentration spell up.
Oh yeah. See, I know I could do that. I just keep forgetting.
So it's just a d20, sort of it's your Constitution save, and you just have to beat a 10.
Okay, just a con save.
With the amount of damage that these guys are doing, it's just beating a 10.
All right, I'll just do a con save then. Yeah.
Yep. So you keep your concentration and your Shadow Blade stays. That's how it works.
Cool.
Pretty simple.
Okay, I remember reading that. I just completely forgot. Like,
If
about
the enemies were doing like a significant more amount of damage, then the roll would get a lot harder for you. But enemies that don't deal a ton of damage in a single hit, it's usually pretty okay to keep concentration from.
Right, cool.
But you are going to still take 4 points of bludgeoning.
Talking about that low damage, I'm already almost at half health.
As it swipes at you once more with its long, kind of rotted fingernails. But now it's your turn to retaliate.
All right, no more dilly dallying. He will first use his Shadow Blade attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna hit.
It does not.
Then he's going to bonus action 2-weapon fighting to swing the dagger that's in his other hand.
Okay.
All right, and that should just be a D4, so I'll just do
That will hit.
without the modifier. So let me do 1D4.
Mhm.
Oof. Wow.
I mean, damage is damage, but that's a little rough. All right, you just sort of nick its shoulder slightly and open up a small little wound that doesn't really bleed. These things don't have much blood left in them at all.
All right, won't be much longer there. All right, that's gonna be his turn.
Alrighty. And that'll bring us to the undead in front of Sybil, who, shrugging off the blow you dealt to its rib cage, will lunge at you once more. This time, actually, Sybil, it attempts to bite you rather than
Okay.
smashing you with its arms, but it actually misses this one. You managed to get your shield that you were given by the Limsa folk up in time, and it sort of smashes its head into the shield instead. And it's just going to end his turn there. That's good enough. That brings us to Martos. It's your turn now. What will you do?
Whoa! Javelin.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice.
All right, with
Nice.
the empty hand that you left with when you threw your hand axe, you pull out a javelin and toss it as hard as you can at the large golem, and you land your hit with a crit. Nice rolls.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Get that extra d6 too.
Yeah, roll another one.
I just roll a d6. I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah, savage attacks. Is it,
Click.
half orc.
Ooh.
All right.
And then with that,
Uh,
we're gonna run back. We don't want to know what happens when you get close.
Yeah, let's leave that a mystery.
I mean, it's moving closer, so we're probably gonna find out pretty soon.
It's real slow. We'll be okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. Your javelin lodges into its side, burying itself pretty firmly into its chest. It sort of reels slightly from that, but quickly recovers. As you retreat, Martos, if that's the end of your turn,
Indeed, it is.
then the armored undead in front of you, Draven, is going to stab you again with its spear. Oh, it's going to try.
nah, it's gonna hit me. It's all good.
That was a 19.
What's the damage?
Man, these guys are rolling great. Except for this guy. He's fired.
He's trying his best.
Okay, but it low voltage damage, so you can... just 4 bludgeoning, or just 4 piercing rather.
Gotcha. Damage taken.
Alrighty, Sybil,
Yeah?
it's your turn now. Got a zombie in front of you, a zombie behind you, and a very large one moving in your direction. What will you do?
Okay, man, I don't really know. I gotta get this one out. Wait. Sorry, my thought process isn't good right now. I think I'm gonna use Shillelagh on this one again.
Can't go wrong with damage. You hit.
Hey.
Ooh, there you go.
Better.
That's a hit. Alright, this time you connect with its head, sending sort of pieces of broken off fungi flying and parts of its skull as well. It now looks sort of battered and is kind of reeling slightly from your hit, but is still standing.
Sorry for this, whoever you are. Okay, whoever you were. My turn's over. That's it. I'm good.
Okay. And that brings us to our friend in the corner, who, upon taking damage from our friend here, is actually going to dash this turn.
Oh no!
And it barrels straight over this fallen tree here to get right up to you, Martos. But that is all it's able to do. Ilsavel is going to take her turn. I forgot to move her the first time because she's not in the turn order. She doesn't have much she can do, though. She's going to sort of move back, position herself in between you two, and she's going to actually say, if any of you are injured, I do know some healing. Just get close to me and I can cast.
Boy, if you'll offer it, I'll take it.
All right, she turns towards you. Are you injured? I can cast.
Yeah, I got some cuts and scrapes.
Alrighty. Then she's going to cast some healing magic on you. What the hell did I give her?
I guess not really cuts because it was all bludgeoning damage, but
Yeah, you got some bruises. You got a bit of a bloody nose.
I didn't hear no bell.
All right. She heals you for 5 hit points. Using healing word.
All right, cheers.
And that'll be her turn. Which brings us to Draven once more.
How are you all faring up there? Should I return or?
Not without him dead.
I'm doing
Take
great.
care of that.
Understood. And then I will continue my rapier attack against this guy.
Alrighty. Go for it.
Oof. Yes, well, I might be down here for a bit.
Once more, the armor thwarts your attempts as this undead here continues to shuffle towards you, spear in hand, and you glance right off its armor.
God, do I want to drop? I could try to cast Fairy Fire, but nah, I think I'm just gonna stick with what I got. That'll be my turn.
Gotcha. Wits, your friend here is going to attempt to bite you.
Oh. He's buying me a drink first.
What's the plus on the bite? Alright, well, that puts it at an 11, so it misses.
Ah, yes.
Ah,
I read you like a book this time.
Shame you didn't have an extra little plus there. Oh well. Alrighty. So you just barely managed to sort of push it out of the way, redirecting its head before it can sink its teeth into your arm.
I gotta record that one, bud.
And it ends its turn, giving you the initiative.
All right, he'll do the same thing as before. This will be his Shadow Blade roll. Hell yeah.
You hit?
Okay. Then he'll bonus action 2-weapon fighting for a dagger. Hell yeah. And that's all.
Nice.
Is that a 2-year-old?
Yeah, for damage.
That's funny. Okay.
Kind of sucks when it doesn't have a modifier on it.
Yeah. All right. This one's looking pretty battered around, pretty beat up. It's not doing great, but it's still just barely holding on.
Assume it, you'll make it again. And that's gonna be his turn.
Alrighty. Alright. Sybil, as you sort of block the bite that this undead does at you, sort of attempts to lunge and bite you, you deflect it with your shield, knocking it sort of sideways. But it stands back up and will swipe at you instead of attempting to bite. Bites aren't working too well. Go with something else, bud. Alright, that'll do it. He's going to hit you
Okay.
for... that will be 5 bludgeoning.
I'm not feeling hot. Okay. Cool.
Alright. Ending its turn will bring us to Martos.
Mm. Okay. The
would you like to do?
Mortos is me. It's telling just stay and fight. You know, we're gonna find out what happens when you get close. But then the rational side of me is like, no, you just make it. But then again, when have I ever been rational?
Always a great time to start.
You know, I can take at least one hit to find out.
Alrighty.
Motherfucker!
You swing at it, but you catch maybe a tougher portion of the twisted up fungus and deflect off of it without doing too much actual damage.
I promise I'm scared. You just came at me a little too quick. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at. Yeah, I'm scared, but I accept my fate.
Alright, well, if that's where you end your turn. Then the undead here, Draven's going to continue to exchange blows with you, hoping that it has a little more luck than you've been having.
Yeah, I don't know how much exchanging is going on.
Yeah, no,
It's just kind of stabbing me.
it rolled a 10, so it's going to miss with its spear as you manage to duck your shoulder out of the way before it can catch you.
Nice.
And it sort of stumbles forward, changing position slightly as it misses. Which brings us to Sybil.
Okay.
You've
I really
got
want this
an
hobby.
undead bearing down at you. You've got another druid with some healing capabilities at your back. What would you like to do?
Get this one off me before I do anything else.
Good plan. Ooh, nice roll.
Nice.
All right, that's a crit. You
Come
guys,
Good.
that's
Oh,
is that
nice!
is that
Woo!
is that
Oh my
3
God.
crits?
My luck has finally found me.
It's a good day today.
Okay.
We're having a good roll day.
Odin is with us.
Mhm.
Fortuna. All
Yeah,
right.
thanks for the help, Draven.
Some ways, but not others. Okay.
You smash your staff into this one here, and sort of knock it clean off its feet. Basically caving in the already sort of frail skull that it has here, with all the fungi growing out of it. And as it hits the ground, it's gonna make a little con save. All right, rolls a 19.
Oh, cool.
And it stands back up again, though it looks pretty battered.
Oh, no, you didn't hear no bell.
Ah. Okay, I could really use some help. Miss, what's your name again?
Oh, me, Ilsavel.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna use some help.
Ilsavel looks a little bit out of her depth. She's definitely not a fighter. You see her eyes kind of darting between all the different targets, kind of unsure of what to do. But if that is the end of your turn, Sybil.
That's it.
Look at how nicely that shade matches my beacon.
It's like he's pinging it.
With one large club-shaped arm formed of several different types of fungi twisted together, Martos, it's going to bring that club down on top of you. 13. That's gonna hit you with a 16.
Oh, he ain't shit. With anything else? What else?
We should
Sorry, I was
start
just drinking.
getting his gate.
Oh, I'm like, it's a long pause. What else is coming at me?
Hydration. That's what's coming at you.
So that is going to smash into you for 12 bludgeoning.
Ow. You work out or
Uh,
something else?
and then it is going to use its bonus action.
See, that's what I was waiting for.
And with its bonus action, sort of after it delivers this rather heavy blow that sort of rattles your bones, Martos, you see spores kind of begin to fall from sort of the larger cap on its that makes up sort of what you imagine might be its head.
Time to hold that burly.
And that's all. Draven, it's your turn.
Alright. This boy's fumbling and dancing around. I'm gonna dance around too and see if I can't get a swing in on him while I'm doing it.
All right.
Oh my god. 14?
Just shy, unfortunately.
Alright, the dancing doesn't help.
This is the
That
armor
is my
boy, if you
turn.
couldn't.
Yeah.
How's that plan working out, guys?
So far, so good.
It's
feeling
in progress.
confident. It went downhill as soon as
Best
I
plan
wasn't allowed to get close. It went downhill fast.
I'm being a decent damage sponge, so I think they're finishing off the small one soon. I think Martos might be screwed, but you know, we'll
You've been
try to
screwed
make it work.
before.
It has released the spores. It's too late for me.
Alrighty. This one here, battered as it is going to sort of swing one of its arms. The arm is sort of broken, and it just sort of swings it at you with all its might. And it rolls a 10, so it misses. Nice job, bud. All right, have a seat. Take a break. Have some orange slices.
We should just leave him. Like, here, we'll fight later if you want.
Can I have a timeout, coach? Which brings us to your turn, Wits. What do you want to do?
Oh, is that the best you got? Which will this time he'll attack with his dagger first instead of the shadow blade.
Alrighty.
Does that hit?
14 hits.
All right. Hell yeah!
Alright, you stab your dagger firmly into the chest of this creature, and it falls to the ground. Makes a constitution save. That it fails, it stays down.
Right. Mardos, you need some help?
Um.
Mhm.
Yes, there are spores in the air. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Which will bonus action 2-weapon fighting to throw the shadow blade
Oh, the
at
gust of
the-
wind. Ooh,
at
gust of
the
wind.
at that guy right there. Oh, that's gonna miss.
It does not hit.
Right. Oh yeah, Draven, do you need help now?
Not at this moment, but perhaps soon if I'm not able to land a hit.
Oh, all right then. Yeah, I want to see. I might get him to move somewhere that he could help either person if need be.
Very well.
Yeah, which will take this route here to move that spot,
Gotcha.
and then that'll be his turn.
Dancing out of the way of the undead that's targeting Sybil right now. Reposition yourself. Which brings us to this one, which is going to make another desperate swipe at Sybil. It's also quite battered. It is going to hit you. For 4 bludgeoning.
Okay. And I sound like I inhaled the spores. Okay.
It's just good RP.
Took real
Yeah.
life damage.
Well, so. Yep.
Alright, yeah, we won't be back to Witz's turn in a while, so you can be RV. So, as that one smashes into Sybil, Martos, the initiative passes to you. What do you want to do?
Well,
What was that?
I see I am fucked, and I know.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. If Martos isn't angry about this, you should definitely get angry.
This is
You
an
know what I
angry
mean.
situation. She's already she's mellowing.
Just
Now she
accept
gets
it.
one more. She gets one more hit. She might be a little like, oh shit, but she's chilling right now.
I don't know. Yeah, the javelin made her feel pretty good. She's pretty happy.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm vibing right now.
Inhaled a lot of mushroom.
You know what? I think I already inhaled a mushroom. That's probably gonna come and bite me in the ass. So I don't want to use my agent.
It'll give you mesothelioma.
That will disappear. I borrowed hand axe, not hand axe, great axe. Fuck.
All right,
Please,
great
you can't
axe.
be that beefy.
13 will hit.
Please, yes.
Whew.
Please.
Gives me eye damage. There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Thwack.
Alrighty, you cleave off a large chunk of mushroom which falls to the forest floor below, sending this larger giant reeling slightly. Is there anything else you want to do as it recovers?
I accept my fate.
Very well.
Just gets down on her knees and just like waits with her head down.
I want to be comfy before the spores take over.
Alright, bud. Let's not let this be another mess. Show me what you got, buddy.
He's trying his best.
Okay, I'll take it. 18.
Will Draven take it there?
Alright, well, he doesn't have much of a choice. What was that again? So that'll be another 6 piercing, Draven.
All right.
As this time the spear meets its mark. Still got that con. Pretty good con saves across the board.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm high rolling.
Even Wits was rolling high on them. Everybody's got good ones. Alrighty, it ends its turn. It's got a 1-track mind. It's found its target and it's going to hunt it. That will bring us to Sybil's turn. Sybil, you're hurting a little bit. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that I am. First things first. This thing is really the worst, and I want it out of here.
Mhm.
Nice. And not enough. It's barely
Bonk.
standing.
An 18 to hit will hit, and 4 bludgeoning damage will knock it back to the ground. After which it will make a con save and stand right back up.
Kill me.
What a-
Okay, bonus action. I
what a-
can.
Absolute Chad. I take it back about this guy.
That wasn't demand. Sorry. Okay.
You didn't hear no bell.
Bonus action. Sorry. If I'll bomb the summer court.
Mhm.
Okay.
Who are you healing? Yourself?
Myself. Yeah.
Fair enough.
You're kidding me. Oh.
It's just a
Everybody
different
else
thing.
has been stealing your luck on those crits and it's siphoned away.
Yeah, it's
no.
actually a spell I casted before our engagement started.
Alright, you heal yourself for 1 hit point, Sybil.
I am. Oh wow.
The headache that you have just slightly fades, but it's still there.
All right.
Alrighty, anything else, Sybil? You can reposition, you can do whatever you want.
If I reposition, it's gonna count as like retreat, and it's gonna hit me again, isn't it?
If you move outside of its range, which is the 5 feet, if you move outside of sort of this box here, then yes, but you can still reposition around it if you want to pivot for strategic purposes.
Okay, I am gonna move slightly, so I'm out of this thing's range over here, hopefully for the time being.
Indeed. Good idea, Sybil.
Ugh,
Bring it, bitch.
I am
Bring
so
it.
Martos.
Bring it. I am mighty orc.
All right, Martos,
We gotta find out
the
what them spores do.
large golem in front of you. Ugh. Is going to explode in a burst of spores,
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I
which
thought.
fill the air. The rest of you can see this. You're both facing that direction. Draven maybe not so aware of this, but the rest of you see this. This entire area here, all around it. As a large cloud of spores fills the air, Martos, you're going to make a charisma save.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh no.
Does it look like I have charisma? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
It does.
Apparently, no.
oh, okay.
Not bad.
That's fine. That's fine.
Alrighty. Then you won't take the full damage.
Yes. Mighty orc. Instead of 64, that's 32 damage.
So that's going to give you. That was. Right, it's necrotic. So 10 necrotic damage.
I am very bloody.
Mm.
As you sort of cough and choke through these spores, but the spores do not have further effect on you. Alrighty. Draven, it's your turn. Oh,
Alright,
no,
we're trying
sorry.
something different.
It's Ilsiva's turn. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
I was having her do every other turn, just because she's kind of not really a fighter. But then I forgot, so it's her turn again. She'll just call out, who's most injured?
Help!
Probably Martos.
I wonder.
Help!
Yeah, Martos.
Help!
All right. And then she will cast another bout of healing word on you, Martos. And she will heal you for 6 hit points. As you feel your lungs sort of clear and the burning sensation subside. All right, now it's your turn, Draven. Apologies.
You good? I'm gonna kind of like dance around him, and as I do so, I want to cast Zephyr Strike.
Very well.
So I don't take AOPS, and I get I can give myself advantage on this swing,
Mhm.
And if I hit, it'll do that extra force.
Mhm.
Okay.
Go for it. All right.
Right,
This 24
24.
will hit, of course.
So 7 piercing, 6 force, and then the bats. Uh, 16 total.
Alrighty.
And then I am going to take off up this tree, and I'm just going to run up to like a kind of a higher branch and just look down on him, and try to keep his attention facing this way.
Alright. You duck out of the way using the effects of Zephyr Strike. It kind of follows you as you move, but you're too fast for it to be able to swipe at you with its spear. So it is still currently locked on you with its empty eye sockets.
Oh, not much of a climber, are you?
If that
Don't
is,
worry, I'll be back down.
then that's the end of your turn, which brings us back to our dead fellow here, which in
Oh,
turn
no.
brings us right back to Wits.
Oh, I was about to say, if you're about to say heroes of the
Oh, I thought you were gonna resurrect that thing.
Nope, it stays down.
Which will reach into his jacket and bonus action to get his Shadow Blade back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Seville, how are you holding up?
I need this thing gone, and I need to put a bandage on me. Thank you for asking.
All right, very well. Which will run up here and he will attack with the Shadow Blade.
All right.
If I could find a dagger for the life of my life. Alrighty.
That'll hit.
19.
Roll your damage.
9.
All right. Your strike knocks it to the floor. And it fails its save, so it stays down on that hit.
Which kind of like screams up in the air. Huzzah!
Oh, okay. Now let's start working on the big one.
Don't you ever taught me about not being able to fight.
I will never do that again. You saved me. Thank you.
If I wasn't choking on spores, I would have a few choice words to give to you, but I can't.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the rest of his turn. He's just gonna stay here.
Very well. Which brings us to the one that you just killed here, who stays down, of course, and passes us on to Martos. Clearing your lungs from the spores, coughing and choking a little bit, but managing to muster up your strength, you ask the DM a question.
Do I have to enter a rage and then use another action to enter into a frenzy, or can I just go straight into a frenzy rage?
I forget the exact wording. If you give me a second to read it, I can tell you.
Right? That
I believe it just says whenever you rage, so it's like it's up to the DM if you can like just choose to do it, or if like it's just. I think from what I've seen, like every time I've seen it played, it's just they say, "Okay, I'm going into a rage," and if they want to go into a frenzy, they just say, "I'm going into a frenzied rage."
Yeah, I'll let you slide right into it from the top.
all right, we're going to a frenzy rage then.
Wording isn't incredibly specific, and usually when the wording isn't specific, it means they don't care.
It's
So
dodge,
in
goes
turn, I
down.
also don't really care. So go ahead.
All right, making the main attack and then bonus attack.
Alrighty, we gotta find something that will represent your frenzy. So we got your rage.
Make it a target written. I have a bunch of exclamation points.
Just really mad. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's way better.
Alrighty, we'll use that one. Martos, you can actually find that one too if you pull up that same bubble that I was talking to Wits about. And all I'm doing is tinting your token red when I rage you. Alright, so your Great Axe. Both of those hit.
Damn. Sad damage though.
Alrighty. You take 2 more mighty swipes with your Great Axe at this large golem here. And cleave off another 2 chunks of this purple and white fungus.
And then I'm just gonna run around to the other side.
And now it's looking a little bit beat up, but it's still standing. You take the opportunity as it reels from your attack to pivot yourself around it, standing now behind it. And if that's the end of your turn.
Wait, Martos,
Alright.
can you move anymore?
I have like 5 more spaces to move.
Am I allowed to say that I want to try something and it requires Martos stepping back like 5 feet away from this?
Yeah, talking is free,
Okay.
just you understand that it would be said sort of out loud, so if this was an intelligent enemy, they'd be able to hear you and react to that, but unless you were doing any sort of spell that led you telepathically talk to her. But these are undead. They're probably not going to care about your strategy, so shout all you want.
Okay. Oh, and it hasn't taken its turn yet. Sorry, in this round.
It hasn't. The creature
Okay.
here? No.
Okay. Never mind then. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. There's nothing wrong with doing strategy.
Ready?
That's how you live.
All right, then if we're moving on, the creature here stares at you for a moment as you climb up the tree, Draven, and I'm just gonna make an int roll for it to see what it does. If you're all right with that.
Yeah, sure.
Very well. All right, feeling slightly smarter than the average undead, it's going to turn away. What's your movement speed? You're not very fast. There you go. And it begins to
Heavy.
shuffle its way towards Sybil, who's currently not facing it. Let me turn you around too, Jordan. Alrighty. It can't quite get to you in time, Sybil, and it's your turn. You hear the clanking of armor from behind you. What would you like to do? This is not a stealthy boy, so you can hear him.
Okay, good to know.
I'll add the +4 right now, Martos. If you ever forget, just bring it up, because I don't have any issue with adding it after the fact. It didn't change that much. Alright, back to Sybil's turn, sorry.
I'm sorry. I do not think setting that on fire at the moment when it's spewing spores is a very good decision. So,
Okay.
can I try spike growth? With it being like in this
I can just...
general area.
Let me grab you the spike growth thing, and you can just place it yourself. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because I do have a token for spike growth. You're just gonna have to wait for me. What's the range on that one again? As I grow it up.
20 by 20.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8.
Wait, no, I meant 8 by 8. I thought 20 by 20 feet. Sorry.
It's 20. What's it say exactly? Is this square?
Okay.
Let me read it.
20-foot radius centered on a point within range.
So 20-foot
20
radius.
40-foot
Oh.
diameter.
Oh.
This is
Oh,
your spell.
dear.
This is your spell size. Where do you want to put it?
Uh,
I thought I was doing that right. You now can move it around. So move it around. Unless you want to give up, you can still give up. It's not too late.
Okay, I did not understand the size of this.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I might skip out on that one. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. You haven't technically cast it yet because you're just picking a position. So I can delete this if you want. You can delete it too. Just hit delete.
Okay,
We'll get rid of that one.
thanks.
Then what would you like to do instead?
Entangle?
Very well.
Entangle, sorry.
Do I have a thing for that? I do. Cool.
Which one are you entangling?
The big one.
That's a better size, eh?
Wait.
So you can move it again. So
Okay. Yeah.
if that's where you want to place it, then you can cast.
I think I'm. Yeah, do that. Sorry. Oh man. I think I'm gonna place it there yet. Sorry.
Okay. Then let me
didn't clarify
double
that.
check what this guy's strength is. You're a DC 12 on your spell saves, right?
My spell save.
It doesn't matter. He's not beating it.
Wisdom is 15? Wait, my spell save. Oh, my freaking head. Yeah, it's 12. Damn it, I thought it was 15.
It fails it. It fails it anyway.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Martos, as you sort of dance your way around this, you see vines erupt from the ground and wrap themselves around the legs of this large golem in front of you. Alrighty. Is that all, Sybil?
And I am also going to move a bit. I can move 30 feet. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I am going to move.
Yeah, go for a run.
probably- Yup.
Go for
Over.
a little jog.
Wait. Yep, over here.
Alright, you reposition yourself far away from this scary looking boy. And I presume end your turn.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh my gosh.
Alrighty. The creature here, Martos, is going to struggle and pull at the vines that entangle it. And it's going to use its action to repeat that strength save. So it manages to pull itself free from the vines this turn, but Martos, it's used its action to do so, so it doesn't have enough time to actually swipe at you.
Thank
And
God.
instead we'll just sort of turn to face you, and you see the sort of shower of spores begin to rain down again. And that's all it's able to do this turn, thanks to Sybil's aid. It is not able to attack you, so we'll go right back to Draven. We're skipping Ilsevel because it's the off turn.
Alright, we say I was like 20 feet up the tree or something?
Yeah, you could jump it down.
Okay.
Jump down it though.
Okay. I'm gonna do that and then take off towards this dude.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna stab him. Or try to, at least.
Go for it.
Let's see. Oh my god, I swear.
What's getting
Oh.
I think what's getting me is that it's been 8 every time too.
Okay, so I jumped out of the tree or went down the tree. Do I have any movement left? I was like 25 to get here from the tree.
You can have
Probably not.
you can have another 5. It's just a drop out of a tree. I don't really mind having another 5.
Alright, then I'm gonna take a step back.
Alright. How long does Zephyr Strike work? Is it still active?
It's just concentration for I think 1 minute.
Okay,
Use my
so
little extra
the
thing on it.
so the hunter's mark is down then.
Yeah. I'd
Gotcha.
have to rip. I got one more favored foe that I can use, but
Yeah, favorite foe.
only if
Sorry.
I hit.
Just remind me if I forget to take off his little mark there.
Sure thing.
All right. Then you step back before it's able to swipe at you. Wits, it is now your turn. You got a rattling undead behind you that Draven is sort of dancing around, and you got a very large one that is turned his attention towards Martos. What would you like to do?
He'll turn around and look at this guy and
Mhm.
say, "Oh, I'm tired of these blocks." So he'll throw his dagger, or like the regular dagger at it.
Okay. That'll hit.
23.
Nice roll.
Oh, it's a 3.
Draven, you're gonna be a little mad.
All my luck is just getting scythed.
The dagger embeds itself in the back of this one's skull and it topples to the ground.
Oh my god, are you serious?
It legitimately had 1 hit point left.
Oh my God. Then Witz will still kind of angrily turn around to look at the mushroom over here.
Yeah, it's gonna stay down. It doesn't have that same trait. There we go.
Great. How far is this? 30. All right. Yeah, Witz will move up next to her, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll use bonus action to throw a Shadow Blade
Okay.
at her. Or at the, not at her.
Alright, she dies.
Dead.
all this effort and you just kill her.
Whoops.
Alright, at the big boy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
18.
Hits.
12.
Nice roll. Alright. Your Shadow Blade embeds itself into the back of this creature here, and with sort of a loud groan, almost like a tree toppling in the woods, with someone around to hear it, it topples to the ground in a cloud of spores. And is still...
Wizards killed everything!
That was a full round of just kill stealing right there. It's a good thing experience is not awarded based on kills, huh?
Yeah.
True.
Alrighty. With
Oh,
the
you won.
sounds of battle subsiding, quiet returns once more to the forest. And each of you sort of spins around and scans the environment for more targets, but you do not find any. So, nursing some of your wounds, you leave the initiative order. Actually, let's take a break right now. This is a really perfect spot for it.
Sounds good.
So grab some water, grab a snack, go to the bathroom if you need to. But this gives us a chance to show off our brand new BRB screen. Courtesy of our very own Sybil, Charlie Chong. So I'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah.
And you guys get to see our new screen. Alrighty. I am back.
Hello.
Seems like still missing a few people. That's all right.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's our new BRB screen. Very happy with how they turned out.
Anyone else back?
I'm back. Are we all here?
Is Draven here? Draven here?
I haven't,
Yeah, I
I
just
haven't
got
heard
back.
it. Oh, yeah, we're here.
Alrighty. Then it would seem we are all back and can resume where we left off. Alright. So with the creatures defeated, Ilsefel just sort of flops to the ground and breathes a sigh of relief. As the rest of you sort of gather yourselves and gather your breath. I think there's probably a javelin and hand axe, maybe a dagger lying around that you guys want to pick up again.
That's what Wits does.
Alrighty.
I am chopping down a tree at the moment, so
With your great axe. Okay. It'd take you maybe a few minutes to get all the way through it with your great axe. But I don't think it would be incredibly difficult for someone like you. I won't make you roll for it.
all right. Then I exit out of my rage after I finish chopping that tree.
Yeah, you're gonna leave it anyway, but
I need a sec to catch my breath, guys. I have allergies. Sorry.
so you can grab your hand axe there, Martos. But your javelin is stuck in this lad here. Let me get rid of that. Let me move him to the back. There you go. So you can pull it out if you want to. But as you sort of reach for it, Ilsevel just sort of calls it. Careful! Don't want to release any more spores. Hold your breath if you're going to do that.
I shall hold my breath, but I will get in this damn javelin.
She sort of still looks a little nervous as to what you're doing, but just sort of accepts that she's not going to dissuade you. You sunk your javelin pretty deep into his chest, but you're able to pull it back out again. And as you pull it out, it releases sort of a puff of these purple and white spores. But managed to not inhale any of them.
I have lost many great axes and many beasts. I cannot lose another thing.
Wits is gonna look through this guy and see his. Can he take his armor and or weapon or whatever?
The armor and weapon. The armor is fused to it by these fungi. It's sort of become a part of the skeleton itself and a part of the mushrooms growing out of it. So you're not probably gonna have too much luck with that. It's also pretty rusty as well. It looks quite old. The spear is intact and clutched in one of its hands tightly. But the spear itself looks a little old, though it is intact. It's just a little kind of rotten in the wood of it.
I don't have any use for that. All right, how you all holding up?
I've been better.
I'm a little exhausted, you know? Mm-hmm.
I feel great.
Fuck you. How about that? How about that?
Oh, what? Mad because I actually did something for once?
You did nothing. I give you the first one. The rest is just sadness.
Thanks for having. Thanks for. Gosh. Thanks, Wits. I wasn't doing super great back
You're
there.
actually dying in real life.
Yes, I
Straight
am.
dead.
Yesterday I had laryngitis. Okay. Ugh.
1.
I have 1 level of exhaust.
Oh.
Oh, I
It's
wish
the
zero
price
wasn't
you
up.
pay for that bonus action.
That one-time use of a bonus action.
Which I never
Alright.
used my bonus action.
Would you? Oh, sorry.
Ilseville kind of pulls herself to her feet and sort of looks around at all of you. Is everyone all right? I don't have any more healing energies left
I
in
do.
me.
Are you okay? Everybody.
I'm bloody, but
Anybody else?
I'm also
Okay.
exhausted. So we're just gonna let's
Th-
get
how-
through here without running into something else.
How much blood do you have left in you? That could be a healing substitute.
Who are you asking that to?
Are you asking
Isabel.
that to me?
she just kind of stares at you for a second, a little bit taken aback, not really understanding the question. Just,
He's a kinky dude. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, what?
It's just a form of magic I use, feeding on a bit of blood.
You
It's a
use
literal
Heal
thing.
me.
you use blood magic?
Well, I mean, it's magic with blood. I wouldn't call it blood magic.
She shoots kind of wary glances at the 3 of you.
Don't let him touch you. He's weird. Don't let him touch you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did it one time to me and not enjoyable.
I thought they were lovers.
I was very gentle.
Oh, it was not gentle.
I don't want to I don't want to like have to save anybody else's life at the moment. So, please don't, Draven.
Those spores are really
am-
getting to you, huh?
I have allergies, okay? I don't like the spores or anything airborne.
I was like about to ask, are you actually dying in real life? Because it's
I'm
like
not in
really
the
good.
hospital.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Mardos, I'm just going to do that real quick.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah.
All right.
All right, I could fight again.
Seeing that you all are still alive and mostly intact, Elsevill sort of turns her attention towards the larger creature, sort of standing and kind of shifting not too close to it. She looks a little wary to get close to it, but is sort of examining it from what she believes is a safe distance. And she's sort of talking mostly to herself, but aloud so you all can hear it. Says, I've never seen a mic and a giant this close before.
Yes, we all have seen one that speaks.
Oh,
He doesn't like us very much.
We miss him.
That speaks? You mean aloud?
Yeah.
yes, it was
Mhm.
a polymer construct or something sent to a swamp village from the nature god. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he's not a very intelligent creature, but he does his job well.
He sure was lovable before he tried to
like
murder
him.
us.
It
Mhm.
was your
For good
fault.
reason, Mardos.
I was helping him. He just was too blind to see it. Probably 'cause he
Yeah,
didn't have
stuff.
eyeballs.
Nature's wrath, I suppose.
Yeah, I accepted it.
You said you were looking into the mold, right?
Yes. We've been inspecting a bit around the area. Do you have knowledge to share?
She sort of dances around a little bit, examining this one, still kind of keeping her distance. She kind of motions for you guys to follow her, and as she's walking around, she says, "Have you seen the mold on any living creatures?"
We saw it touch a living creature. Growing on it.
Yes, I believe you mentioned that you'd found someone with burns, right?
It also did that to
Valenza?
metal. Valenza.
Yes. Ruined one of my daggers.
Yes, the corrosive property that I was aware of. Well, you've seen what damage it's done to the trees, but take a look at this. And she shows you, kind of pointing at the hole that Martos' javelin left in it, as well as the large chunks she carved out of it with her great axe. You can see sort of as Martos has carved away sort of the white, kind of very pale white exterior, there's sort of a core inside of it that is black and looks exactly like the mold.
That's deeply unpleasant.
That doesn't seem good.
Yeah, if that's what the
Huh.
mold is doing, those elves in Lysindria is gonna have a lot on their hands.
Yeah.
But this mushroom growing on it, the purple and white, this is Ivory Amanita. Have you heard of that?
Have I?
It is specific to this region, and you haven't visited here. Specific to the
Oh, I know.
Phalanx. So I would
Right.
say probably no.
Okay.
Ivory what now?
Ivory Amanita. It forms sort of a parasitic relationship, but with small creatures, insects, ants. Nothing larger than a squirrel, from what I've heard. Certainly nothing this large.
So you're saying that the mold is a creature?
Not exactly. It doesn't move. It doesn't. It seems more as if the mold has fused with the Amanita and, how to phrase this, removed the size limit.
Oh, so it's an evolving super disease infection. That is not a good thing.
And I suppose that explains what's happened to our friends here. She points at the other undead.
I don't think they were alive when that happened to them. Do you?
Hard to say. Some of them seem old, but the mold does corrode. Difficult for me to say.
Oh, this is worse. Worse than I thought it was.
Well, based off the information we got from Lysindria, perhaps someone meddled with it to get into this state. After
Yeah.
all, you said it hasn't done anything like this before.
Indeed, this is definitely new. I've not seen Amanita have this effect before. And I've not seen the mold have this effect before. Something about the combination of the two is unholy, to say the least.
Do you suspect that this is the doing of a person or a natural occurrence?
Well, Ivory Amanita has existed in the Phalanx for longer than I've been alive. but the mold is new. So, I suppose my best guess is that the mold was introduced to the environment. But the Amanita itself, in all likelihood, has grown here for some time.
Then I suppose the mold was likely introduced by our mysterious figure we've been tracking.
Indeed, yes. This figure you mentioned. Refresh my memory. Before we got into that little scuffle, you were looking for assassins, you said, right? And someone else was with them?
Indeed, an assassin group and a figure we've been following, who's recently passed as Beatrice Winowin in Lysindriel, who's
Right.
a long, raven-haired woman.
Of course, of course. I do recall you mentioning something along those lines. Then I suppose your plan next is to head to the shack that I mentioned, right?
Indeed.
All right.
Will you be alright on your own out here? Or would you like to come with us?
I will accompany you if you're heading west. I'll accompany you as far as Lysindriel. I think I've had enough of the wilderness for at least a few days.
Draven nods.
If you need to ask me anything or learn anything more that you want to run by me, or if you find out more about this, she just kind of waves her hand at the golem, unsure of what exact words to use. I know some of the Bryfina family, and I imagine they'll let me stay with them.
Who is the family we're staying with currently?
You're staying with the Venroars, who are sort of
Venroars, gotcha.
bottom left. She's talking about the Bryfinas. It was not that long ago, so I'm perfectly fine reminding you since it's been 2 weeks. Bryfinas were the bottom right people that you talked to first, the redheads.
Yeah, I got them listed as like the affluent ones, affluent family. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they're all kind of affluent.
They're all elven noble families, so they're all doing just fine. But yeah, so she says, yes, I'll be staying with them if you wish to find me.
Understood.
Thanks.
Alright, then I guess we're heading for Lysindriel.
Very well.
Draven. Oh, sorry.
All my things are here. I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Then let us depart.
So you, with one last look at the unsettling corpses that you leave behind you, you make your way, turning about face to head back west again towards Lysindriel. Let me just... Almost forgot that time. You make your way, heading, I'm assuming, back the way you came, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Not taking any detours. So you make your way back the way you came. And I forget the exact time frame I said on this walk. It was probably somewhere between half an hour and an hour. Enough to get you out of the Mistwoods, but I don't think you went too far after that. But before long, you see once again in front of you the mist that hangs in the air that signals your proximity to Lysindriel. And after a short time wandering in the Mistwoods, you hear sort of a soft bird call from a specific direction. Sort of ever so slightly north, but west of your wanderings in the Mistwoods.
Is that a familiar bird call that we were expecting?
Nope.
Okay. Couldn't remember if there was something I had forgotten from last time.
What do you want to do?
Just keeping on, or
Martos is just trotting away.
The
No
bird
mind.
the bird call comes from the direction you were heading. Just kind of points you slightly more north.
I'm following Ilseville to the shack or wherever, or back to town. I don't want to get sidetracked right now. I mean,
Right.
I'm a little messed up.
Very well. Ilseville will take the cue then. And as she hears the bird call, she will walk in its direction. And she kind of turns around to see if you guys are following her. Are you
Yeah, I'm
coming?
following. Yes.
And she makes her way sort of off in the direction that you heard that call from. And before too long, you see the faint little lanterns and that staircase that marks the entrance to Lysindriel. You guys are on this map. Well, you all died. Ilseville makes it there by yourself. The end.
Well, I died of mesothelioma.
All right. Oh, there's two of you. Oh, there you are. That's what happened. They hadn't loaded in yet. Weird. Alrighty. So you make it back to the front steps of Lysindriel. And Ilseville sort of turns around and says, are you coming back to town then? Or heading west?
Suppose a brief rest in town couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I concur.
Alright.
Suppose we'll take a short rest, if you will, in town and then head that way.
Very well, then let's be on our way. And you make your way back up the stairs to Lysindriel. Alright, give me one sec. And winding your way up the staircase to the plaza of Lysindriel, you are sort of immediately surrounded on the left and right by members of the Forest Guard, with Tanith also standing in front. Who recognizes all of you, of course, and says, welcome back, then.
Yes, we have returned.
Gonna need y'all to
We already know.
surrender your weapons again. And then as you sort of crowd your way up the stairs, he notices Ilsevel and says, "Ilsevel, well, has been a quite some time since you stepped foot in town. What brings the occasion?" And she says, actually, these folk, they protected me from creatures in the woods. If it's all right with you, I trust them." And he just sort of scans the four of you, narrowing his eyes slightly. You see his fingers kind of twitch at his belt. And he says, "Alrighty. If they cause any trouble, it'll be on your head, Ilsevel. How's that sound?" And she says, "Alright, fine. I'm sure they won't do anything wrong." "Very well. Y'all can keep your weapons." And he just sort of puts his hands in his pockets and turns around. He gives sort of one last little hand signal, and the two Forest Guard members disperse. And he's going to make his way back towards the Forest Guard station. All right then. I'm gonna go talk with the Barfina family. If you need me, that's where I'll be. Please don't cause any trouble.
We'll try not to murder anybody.
Rather not have the Forest Guard coming to me for answers as to any actions that you may take. So just behave yourselves, and I'll be at the Barfinas.
Understood.
Alrighty
Yes,
then.
ma'am. Take care.
Are there any coins in this fountain?
Oh,
No, it's pristine. Other than
Right.
the moss and sort of branches that are just sort of naturally growing around it, it is quite well maintained.
All right. Where are we going?
I guess taking a rest at the
our
Vinros.
mansion.
All right.
Alrighty. Then you wind your way in between the rock faces, up the sort of natural formed stone steps to the Venroy estate. Make your way up to the front of the Venroy Manor. Doors closed, of course. What do you do?
Were you acquainted enough to just walk in, or?
That was exactly why I asked. I just wanted to know what you guys thought.
Knock,
pretty
knock,
sure-
opens door.
I'm pretty sure we've walked in before. Yeah. So.
Okay. The door is unlocked. And you make your way into Venroy Manor.
Is there anything here that remotely looks like meat?
No.
What is the least green thing here?
Probably sort of large mushrooms that they would sort of grill.
Alright, I'm scooping a few of those and we're gonna heat those up.
All right, there's pans and provisions around that you can use to cook yourselves a little meal. What are you up to?
He's just leaning up against the wall, looking over notes in his book and writing a few new ones.
Very well. Martos, you make your way upstairs. What are you doing?
I shall go nap. I
Okay.
am tired.
Draven, mind if I help out too?
Yes, well, just don't add too much greenery.
Sure thing. There's
Alrighty.
plenty in the woods to be.
So you take a short rest. Some of you cooking, some of you napping, some of you just relaxing, and can do what you wish with your hit dice and such. Gain back any abilities that you gain back from short rest, and let me know when you're all done with that. Alrighty.
Right.
Oof. Everybody else was doing so well.
It's fine. I'm only missing 4 health anyway.
Fair enough, yeah.
It didn't matter.
The red thing always looks so sad, though.
I know, but it was fun.
What's that?
I'm also gonna use Arcane Recovery during this too.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So, if everybody's done getting their stuff in order, I'll refresh all your pages just so I have everything.
I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
Very well. You managed to cook up a small little meal during your short rest and consume it.
You know, Sybil, if this were a lunar elf household, they would have meat.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's pretty unfortunate. You know, maybe tomorrow we can go in the woods and we can find something for you there. Must be hard, being able to eat anything you like for.
Yes, I'm used to hunting my own meals, so it's been a bit strange eating in these establishments.
Witz is gonna peek into the door and cast Minor Illusion to make a leech right there.
Okay, hang on.
What is it? Enter wisdom?
It is a investigation check.
Investigation.
You have to be at 13.
Alright,
Oh man.
there we go. Small wriggling leech appears on the floor.
Meat?
Where did
Uh,
that come from?
I don't know, but be quiet, don't spook it. Draven will draw a dagger and go to throw it.
Alright. I don't.
Would that have hit a leech?
I don't remember, but I think so. I think they were probably just a 12 or a 10. I don't think they would have been higher than 12.
Alright, 8 piercing damage to that pot, then, I guess.
All right. These are sort of like metal cauldrons, so the dagger passes right through it and just clangs loudly against the pot.
Sybil.
Yeah.
I believe I've been duped.
Which is
I
gonna
think
cast
we
it again
have.
over there.
Draven's gonna like walk over there to pick up his dagger and see it over there. I'm sorry, I can't roll again for that. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
So-
there's no reason that that would trick you with the same trick twice.
He did murder us 3 times.
Martos is orc and barbarian. Okay, it's different.
That's a Martos thing, yeah.
Well, I guess Wits isn't getting any of this mushroom stew we cooked up.
Absolutely
So
none
come
of it.
in. Oh, hey guys, what's going on?
No, not dinner.
Oh, well, but there's a leech over there.
Yes, yes, I'm sure there is.
I thought you were cooking one up.
That's cruel wits.
He just chuckles and snaps his fingers to make the leech disappear.
All right. Yeah. I guess we'll finish up the mushroom stew and have some of that.
Very well.
Is Martos busy?
She went upstairs, I think.
Perhaps we should leave some out for her.
I can take a bowl up.
Yeah, I'm also come and
Alright.
get one.
I'm just gonna head upstairs. Bowls. Don't kill each other or anything.
Alrighty.
Manos isn't here. No one's gonna die.
Yeah, so you make your way upstairs. Martos, I'm assuming you are crashed. I forget which bed you grabbed, but
I see.
alrighty. Unfortunately, it is a short rest, so it's not going to help you too much.
I stare blankly at the ceiling.
You could
Martos?
definitely nap for your short rest. It's just not the same as a long rest.
Nope, I'm staring at the ceiling now.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, Sybil.
Hi. Want something to eat? Or are you
I-
just gonna
What is it?
mushroom soup?
That's
Fortunately, there was no
little-
meat in the
That's a little morbid since we just killed a mushroom, but yes, thank you. Delicious.
hope the Windrush don't have rules about eating in bedrooms.
There's don't spill any on the bed, and we should be
I'll
fine.
do.
Alright. Then you eat your meals and finish up your short rest. And feeling a little bit more rested, a little bit less beat up, you can do what you wish. I don't know what your plan is.
I don't really know what my plan is. I think I'm just gonna join the others downstairs.
Very well.
You can continue your map if you want, Martos. I have a. Oh wow. Ugh.
Alright. Then a short time after Sybil went upstairs, she returns.
Oh hi.
Are we all well rested and ready to venture out again? Check out the shack that was mentioned.
Martos upstairs. Oh. I suppose we're waiting on her.
Well, did she seem like she was passed out, or was she awake?
Awake very much. Go get her again. Ugh.
Alright.
Sybil sounds awful, but I really don't want to go up there and confront Martos if I don't have to.
Oh wow, thanks. Oh.
Back
Hey,
upstairs.
Martos.
Yeah.
The others. Oh, jeez. I am sorry. Others want to go to the woods shack. So
The wood shack. What time is it? I pick up
the
this window.
woods shack. Shack in the woods.
As for the time of day, I believe you guys headed out sort of to the east, kind of in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Relatively early in the morning. So we'll say maybe it's 2 in the afternoon.
I gotta take the bowl downstairs anyways. Okay.
Okay.
I need to give a little pop when I get off the bed. I'm like, ugh, getting old.
Uh.
Two of you make your way back downstairs where Draven and Wits are waiting.
Oh, hold on. I still have a bowl.
That's gorgeous.
Hmm. Gonna. Yeah, toss him in the fire. Okay, run.
The wooden bowl burns to a crisp, forever reducing that heirloom passed down for centuries in the Venmore family to complete dust, never again to
We should leave.
sit on their
It was
table.
very nice of you to put away the dishes, Marta.
Oh yeah, I
I'd be
wasn't
really
sure.
grateful for
I
that.
wasn't sure where they actually went. So, yeah,
Okay.
they're in there though. Pieces of it
What?
battered, turned to mush and ash.
Oh.
Anyway, let's leave.
I agree with you. Oh gosh.
Was it a fancy bowl?
Rest in peace, Fancy Bowl.
You will be missed.
Fancy Bowl's up
Next
there, out
time when
there.
we eat a meal, there will be one less bowl.
I don't know where the bowls went. What was I supposed to do?
Terrible guess.
I cleaned the bowl for them.
I was appreciating that whole thing there.
Technically
You're
clean.
welcome.
Martos is like the 10-year-old walking with their parents who like needs to jump up on every little like railing inside thing.
Watch this, guys. Yeah. Guys, watch this, watch this. Do a little jump.
Watch this. Throws a bowl in the fire.
Alright, you wander your way back to the entrance square of Lysindriel.
Y'all remember where the shack is? Because I do not.
I think it was in the woods.
The woods is a
I
vast
don't know.
place.
Yeah, did Ilsabel tell us like where it was,
I'm
or
pretty
she
sure
said she
she
was gonna
did.
lead us there?
She said it was this is what I think she said. If she said less than this, then screw it. She said that it was to the west in kind of the opposite direction that you guys had headed when you went east. So like directly opposite. And she said that it was near sort of a rock formation, sort of nestled
Okay.
down in one.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
I don't know if I remember the rock part, but I do remember the west part.
Then you
I
make
feel
your
like
way.
I remember the rock part.
I'm pretty sure she said it. So you make your way back down the winding steps and leave Lysindriel. So let's get rid of the comfy music.
Oh no, comfy mode disengaged.
I love that music.
I know.
So
Everything felt like much nicer.
It's,
Very Lord of the Ringsy.
it's New Gardania from Final Fantasy XIV.
Huh.
And yes, it does definitely. There's a part in there that sounds very, very Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, I wonder if it's like northwest or like southwest. We're gonna find a tree for Draven. Don't worry, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's a few trees here and there.
All right. Wandering west.
West.
back. Give you back.
You walk for sort of another 20-ish minutes, eventually passing out of the mist woods and leaving the sort of fog in the air behind into a clearer forest, and begin heading west. That's what we're missing. There he is. Perfect. Wandering west. That's the right map. Alrighty. The forest to the west looks relatively similar to the forest to the east. Your journey is mostly silent. You've traveled for maybe a total of 45 minutes, nearing on an hour.
Oh, like it's spider time, everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
how big are those spider webs? They just normal spider web? I'm gonna
Good-
go look.
Good
That's a big
perception roll,
spider
Sybil. You notice.
Ah!
You notice.
What's that?
No. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
I just said
We were ready.
I said-
notice anything anyway.
good perception roll just because you noticed it on the map. Martos, you examine a little closer the spider webs that Sybil points out. They're sort of stretched between these three trees here. Very, very fine, but there's just so much of it that you can kind of see the light kind of reflect off of it, making it appear white.
I'm gonna poke it. I
You
want to feel how sticky it is.
prod at it a little
That's
bit
awesome.
with your finger. Then parts of the web kind of stick to your finger and pull back with it as you poke it, and sort of rattle around the webs a little bit. You don't see any spiders in the web, though.
There are spider webs out here, guys. I would be mindful.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All about that safety.
I never took you for safety much.
So
Yeah, I was lying.
about now, you've traveled a decent amount of distance west, but the trees are pretty dense, so it's actually pretty hard to see anything ahead of you to know that you're going in the right direction.
All right, we're climbing.
Draven.
All right, elf boy, get to climbing.
Climb and perceive.
This is the tallest tree, but it's a little webby.
You have fun with that, Draven.
That's okay. I'll climb the webby tree.
All right.
Spiders don't care. He's one of them.
Let me know if I need to make any checks to not get stuck.
It's not that intense.
Okay.
They would kind of come loose with you.
This gives him more traction to climb up the tree.
Draven, from here, you don't spot a shack with a roll like that, but you do spot sort of a rockier area ahead of you past a bunch of trees. Maybe only a 10-15 minute walk from here.
Further to the west.
Indeed. West, ever so slightly north, but mostly west.
A little bit north, but we're on the right track. Continuing westward.
And then I'll climb down.
As Draven drops back out of the tree, the rest of you can see that he's just got cobwebs just all up in his hair.
That makes you look better.
I want to
Really
tell
good
you, you look
ones.
you're looking good, Draven.
Makes him look like he just gained about 40 years.
I always try my best to look good. Thank you.
Alrighty. Then with the sort of rock formation as your target, you begin to walk again through the woods. Every once in a while, on these sort of 15-minute-ish journey towards that rock face, you notice that the trees are getting a little more dense. There's more rocks kind of lying around naturally in the environment. And every once in a while you see another tree that has the same sort of cobwebs wrapped up into it. But eventually you see the rock face out in front of you. It sits kind of just slightly above the tree level, which is why Draven was able to notice it. It's not incredibly tall, but taller than the trees itself. But as you approach it, angling at the direction that you were angling, if I picture it in my mind, you would actually see sort of in between a little gap in the trees, there's sort of a pass in the rock formation. No wider than really shoulder width or anything like that. It's just sort of a small little pass.
Headed towards the pass then.
Very well.
Or Draven is, at least.
Well, I'm assuming everybody wants to go with.
I'm marching along.
Which will take a few sips here and there.
That's interesting. The map didn't load. Okay. Oh, there we go. So as you make your way through this pass, it widens slightly. The gap that you went in through was no wider than your shoulders, but it widens significantly as you go through, making way even for trees, and is sort of now almost 20-ish feet across. And you can actually see that there's almost like a slightly trodden path on the ground. Yeah, I would be doing that too if I was in your position. All right. So the four of you wind your way kind of along this twisting little gap in the rock formation, following this sort of just slightly trodden path.
See if you guys see it. Can I whisper? Are we whispering? Is it are we being sneaky?
Be sneaky if you want to.
Best to be a little bit sneaky until we find out if anyone's in there or not.
I'm not very sneaky.
Then stay in the
Should-
back.
Stay
Okay,
back here.
I'm ahead, right? I think I'll be sneaky.
I tried to.
Do we see any windows on this side of the house?
Yeah. There's sort of two small windows. They don't really even have glass in them.
Okay. I want to try to kind of sneak along the bushes up here and around to this tree and just kind of peer from behind the tree, like towards the house through the windows if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, Draven, whenever you look at motion to me, and we'll communicate in a magic way.
Draven will nod.
Alrighty.
What was that, stealth?
Yeah, go ahead. See how sneaky you're feeling. Pretty sneaky.
Alright.
Alrighty. You sort of lower your center of gravity and creep your way along, ducking behind the trees as you pass them, attempting to get sort of a better vantage point. One of the windows, the close one, has sort of like a straw shutter across it, so you're not able to see inside of it. The far one does not have that covering it, and so you can see that there's sort of a wooden interior, but the angle that you're at right now, can't see too much, just sort of a part of an old wooden wall.
The straw shutter, does it look like it's like latched or something, or is it just kind of pushed to, or?
Hard to tell from where you're standing if it's latched or not. It just sort of is a straw kind of sheet covering it.
I guess my question is, or I'm trying to figure out if I would be able to use my bats as like their mage hand form and like open it up.
You could press against it to see if it moves. It doesn't look particularly sturdy.
Yeah, I'd like to try to do that. Not have the bats like linger though, just kind of like a press and then scatter type deal.
Yeah, just sort of push against it slightly.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get a little mage hand. So you send some bats over here, and they sort of press up against it slightly as they flutter about. And as they sort of push against it, you see it kind of move. It's just sort of like a loose shutter hanging from the top of the window. The bottom is not fixed. Pushes against it. It just sort of flutters slightly. So they could push it out of the way if you wanted them to.
Yeah, just have them go ahead and like knock it down.
All right. They push it kind of out of the way, and you could get a better view of the hut interior. From where you're standing, you can see some old-looking furniture, sort of some cabinets, a table, but you don't actually see anybody inside. Actually, you see sort of light streaming from the other side of the building, maybe from a window on the other end as well. But that's about it. You don't see any people actually inside.
I'll have my bats disperse then, and I'll look back towards Wits and give him like a nod.
What's the cast message? Oi, what do you see?
It seems like just some old furniture from what I can tell. I've not spotted anyone inside as of yet.
What's the cast message again? Alright, you think we're safe to come up?
Possibly. I could explore further on other sides, however, it does seem fairly safe.
What's the cast message one more time? Alright, just move up a little bit then, and then just give us a nod and we'll come up.
Alright.
From this position, do I see like any windows on this side? Like basically, if I move to this side, can I get by the wall, or should I go to a bush?
There's no windows on that side. There's just
Okay.
two windows here, one on kind of either side, and then in the center, just sort of an old wooden door. Doesn't look particularly sturdy either. It's a very old-looking shack.
All right, then I'm just gonna kind of dip to this side of it and give him a thumbs up.
Alright guys, let's start heading towards it.
Alrighty. The rest of you sort of make your way. Are you attempting to stay like very silent, or just sort of meandering your way towards it?
Wits is trying to be
meandering.
silent.
If you want to be
Oh.
dead silent, then you're gonna have to make stealth rolls.
I'm gonna make a stealth roll.
Okay, not bad. Not great.
Sybil's coughing as she walks up.
Yeah. Still hasn't gotten all those spores out of her sinuses.
Yeah.
All right.
Became a rabbit.
Yeah, Sybil lets out a few coughs as you approach. Not blowing your cover completely. If there is anyone inside, they don't know how many of you are there, as the others are being quite quiet. But if there is anything in there, it may be aware that there's something outside. What do you want to do?
Draven looks at Wits.
Wits, so can I whisper? I'm a peek in through this window. Wits is gonna just kind of just subtly kind of try to look out the corner and just see what he sees inside.
All right. The shutter is gone, so if you want to look in the window fully, you can now.
Okay, he'll kind of do that, but not like
Where you're
you know,
standing
like-
right now, if you're looking at that angle, you'll see the exact same angle that Draven had.
Oh, well, I mean, like he's
If you
gonna
want to, if you
like-
want to actually peek in the window, you can. Yes.
yeah, he's gonna like not like just stand in front of the window, but he's gonna kind of like look
Yeah,
around the corner
sort of-
slightly.
Peer slightly in. All right. Then, as you peer into the building, this is what you see.
Ooh.
All right, then it looks safe. Which is gonna come in here and just kick the door.
The door's not locked; it just opens.
I know, but I want to kick it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, oh my.
As the four of you enter the small little hut, your attention is immediately drawn to the far wall opposite of the door. It has a very large hole smashed in it. and you can see splinters of wood from the walls lying everywhere.
Draven, is this what I think it is? You're kind of an expert. You should know.
Yes, it certainly appears to be a shattered wall.
Oh, thank you, Draven, for that.
Oh, Dave, I
Inside
didn't know
over
you were an
here?
architect.
So can I make a check to determine if this looks like something like an animal did, or?
Make investigation.
Okay. Oh God, I'm bad at these.
Somebody can help you if you want.
Yeah, Witch can help you with that.
All right, roll it with advantage then, Draven.
It didn't matter.
Had this been anybody else doing it, this would have been a bad roll. Because it's Draven, I'm gonna modify the roll slightly myself. But the two of you just go, "Yep, that's a big hole," but you can't really determine what caused it. But Draven, you do smell something very particular, sort of this metallic scent on the air, coming from some
Ooh.
small little blood spots on the ground. There's no way that you would miss that.
Am I able to see like blood on the like where the wall broke through as well? Like, does it look like it might be leaking on its way out?
It is human blood. So it's that kind of red, but it's also sort of dried slightly. It's not fresh, as in it didn't just drop there. But it's also not like incredibly old looking. It hasn't turned like a dark black or anything like that, like old blood. And you can see sort of some droplets. There's definitely not a lot of it. Any of you can make a medicine check if you want right now. I can tell you a little more.
I guess my question: does this look? This looks like this was broken into the house, like it came from the outside or from inside out.
Yeah, sure. I'll get to that. Sybil,
Okay.
Draven's here too, so you can roll that with advantage. Because you're dealing with blood, and that's his specialty. So if you didn't have a lunar elf in your party, if you didn't have a lunar elf
Wow.
in your party, then I wouldn't let you roll those twice. But you do. So lunar elf with the heavy
That's-
quotes.
That was really helpful.
We used all of
Raven.
our good rolls in that last combat.
Yeah. All right. Then that's about all you notice.
There's blood.
There's definitely blood
Yes.
and just sort of droplets of it. Not a large spatter.
Is this like a hatch over here?
Yes. There's a trap door in the floor in the corner here. It
Is
was
it
sort of
locked?
a metal ring. You can pull it out if you want.
And he's gonna get a good old tug.
You don't see any sort of lock on it. Tug at it,
Mm-hmm.
and comes free. It's unlocked. As you pull it open, you can see that there's a ladder that descends into sort of a cellar beneath the hut. Yeah, but it's a little dark down there.
Oh, Draven, you want to come down here?
What have you found?
It looks like some old cellar, but I can't see the dock.
Martus,
right.
you sort of scan the rest of this as the others are looking at the trapdoor. You sort of scan the rest of the room. There's some sort of slightly old-looking food sitting on the counter. Some of it kind of thrown around a little bit. A shattered plate on the ground and some cutlery, and some old-looking furniture made of wood. A cabinet here that you can open if you wish.
I'm opening.
Very well. It's not locked or anything like that. It has just sort of stacks of dishes and plates and stuff like that. Clearly some sort of makeshift kitchen.
We're kind of old, guys. Like a couple days. Maybe.
Is
Alrighty.
this trapdoor or not trapdoor? Is this door locked?
No, Wits pulled it open and it was not locked.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna peer down there and just kind of poke my head in, see what I see.
Yeah, you can see sort of a stone floor with a ladder that descends down to it. And sort of a table sitting in the center. And a little bit more sort of supplies, furniture lying around.
Well, if this shack itself was not a clandestine enough meeting spot, it appears there's another below.
Well, I'll head down with you.
Alright. Draven will climb on the ladder then. Go down there.
Alrighty.
And when Witz gets to the bottom, he's gonna light a torch.
Very well. The two of you don't have to follow right now if you don't want to, but you can if you wish.
I'll poke my head in and see if I'm not following.
Alrighty. So with the torchlight, and Draven, you don't particularly need the torchlight, but things are brighter in here now. You can actually see with some sconces on the wall, where there are unlit torches already.
Witz will just walk up to one and just put his torch to it to light it.
Very well.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll go to that one too. On that.
You light everything.
Yeah, and then he'll put away his torch after extinguishing it, of course.
Yeah, I still have a lit torch in my backpack. Everything is on fire. I'm on fire.
Everything's fine.
And now with the room illuminated, you can see some stuff better. On the far table, you can see lying on said table a skeleton with a dagger sort of embedded, as if someone kind of just shoved it there to sit in the wood of the table, and an empty little bottle made of glass lying at the foot of the skeleton.
Let's roll an investigation check to see what kind of stuff was done to the body.
That'd be more medicine.
Medicine? Alright. Oh,
I mean, somebody killed it.
yeah. It looks pretty dead to me. Witz will pull this dagger out and kind of toss it in his hand.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck a little bit, but you can wiggle it a little bit and pull it out. And it's just an average dagger.
Well, Draven, you need a new dagger?
Yes, actually, I do.
And I'll just hand it to him.
Alright, I'll accept that one and take my one that's slightly melted and just toss it on the table in front of me.
Alrighty. There you go.
Witz
Got a new
is gonna come.
got a new dagger, so you can add that to your inventory, Joe.
Witz is gonna investigate this bottle.
Very well. Just investigation. There's the vague remains of something liquid in it, just sort of like a little film along the bottom of the bottle where it rests. But as to what it might be, you're not sure. Draven, there's these cabinets on the far end. There's quite a few of them. They're closed, but they don't appear to have a lock on them.
Well, let's bust those bad boys open, see what's inside.
Alrighty. Inside the cabinets in the cellar, there is an inkwell full of this sort of murky black ink that you recognize. You saw one very similar back in Meyermeld's sanctum that Yorick had in his things, as well as just kind of some loose pieces of parchment and an old-looking quill. Sitting on a different shelf in, let's say, this cabinet here, is a glass bottle, kind of thin, filled with, it's glass so you can see through it, sort of a greenish liquid, and stoppered with a cork.
Alright, I'll snag that bottle and put it in my pack then. And also the inkwell.
Very well. Snatch that up and tuck it away.
And then I'm gonna head back down to Wits.
As you pass by the candle that Witz is lit on the table, glints something shiny on the table here.
Shiny would definitely distract me.
Very well. It's another metal badge with the symbol of Silent Song on it.
Of course. I'll leave it there for now. Actually, no. I want to pick it up and look at it, make sure it doesn't have anything else on the badge, like any type of, I don't know, like higher rank or anything signified on it. Anything hidden under it.
This one appears to be made of silver. It's a lot shinier.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually going to take that with me then.
Almost as if it's been polished. Wits, what are you up to?
While he's doing that, I guess I'll come check out. Are these still fresh, or are they kind of gone bad?
No, they're pretty fresh. You only see just sort of a tiny little bit of a sort of a bluey green mold on some of the bread. One of the apples looks a little maybe too ripe, but the dried meats and stuff are perfectly fine. The food looks relatively fresh. It's definitely not molding away or rotten.
What's to pull some of the meat out? Oh, Draven, finally found something you can eat.
Indeed, and a good find, Wits.
And then Wits will also reach and grab an apple, maybe like one that doesn't look too ripe, and just start eating it.
Yeah, a couple of them are rotten, but a couple of them look all right.
So, what'd you find up in the cabinets up there?
Inkwell, I don't have much use for. I'll pass it to you. Draven passes that over.
All right, Wits, you recognize it. It's definitely that same ink from Yorick's place.
Now I have 2 inkwells.
Also this potion, bit of green liquid. I'm not sure what that is. Do you have any experience brewing potions?
Not particularly, but I've definitely come across a few here and there. Is that an Arcana check to try to figure it out?
If you want to see if it's magical in some way.
Okay. Or is there a different check that would be better to figure out what it is?
Depends on what you're trying to figure out.
Okay.
If you want to see if it's some sort of magic potion, then yeah. If you want to see if it's like alcohol, that wouldn't really be Arcana, but an Arcana would tell you that it's not magical.
Okay. All right. I will do Arcana check then.
You can also cast any of
Oh, God.
it's kind of greenish and in a bottle.
I honestly thought you were about to say I drop it and just breaks and gets over me.
Nah.
Alright.
You're just looking at it. If you're trying to like juggle it or
finger on
something, then yeah.
I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know. I guess I'll hold on to it. Maybe Sibyl knows a little bit more.
All right. In addition, I found this badge on the table. It is the fellows we've been chasing as expected. However, the badge itself seems a bit shinier. Perhaps someone more important was carrying it.
Definitely. The god which is back in Sonnerheim definitely had some different badges to indicate ranks. So I feel like this would be similar.
Indeed.
Alright then.
Did you find anything else?
No, not really. Oh, also, I forgot to say it. Wit's bag that glass bottle, just in case if you find something else similar to it.
Very well. Actually, then, if you're taking that bottle with you and you're kind of holding it, you take a look at the bottle and you take a look at the one that Draven was holding. The film along the bottom of that bottle, kind of murky, kind of green.
Well, I guess it's safe to say, maybe we shouldn't try to drink this.
Yes, perhaps that would be for the best.
Or else we may suffer the same fate as that poor fellow over there.
Well, if we're done looking about down here, we should definitely get this meat up to the ground floor.
Alright then, well, I'll let you carry that then.
Alright.
Draven's gonna pack as much as he can into his backpack.
Very well.
Witch is gonna take like maybe 4 good apples that he sees and just throw them in his backpack too.
I'm at 100 pounds, capacity 120, so 20 pounds of meat is going in my backpack.
All right,
Wait,
you
I like
stuff all manner of cured meat, salted sausages, and whatever you can take with you. The meat does seem to be the thing that kept the most out of all this food, so no issue with storing it.
All right. And then Draven's going to try to grab what's left in the basket or whatever it is and just kind of drag it with him.
Yeah, they're just sort of straw baskets, not too heavy. You can pick them up.
Okay. Carry that then.
Before we walk out, Witch is going to notice the skull string up over here. And he is going to walk over here and take it down and hold it in his arms.
All right. Yep, there's a string of skulls. They've been sort of threaded through holes on either side of the skull and are dangling here in the corner. But you kind of unhook the rope from where it's hanging and are now holding a string of skulls that rattle about.
He's just going to carry that.
Very well.
And he'll look up the ladder. Oi, Modus, I got a gift for you.
I was really hoping you would say that. I will. Yes, please. Thank you. Give me that. Just give me.
All right.
Whenever Witch gets up, he'll hand it to Mardos.
Yeah, the two of you can head back up. I'll bring you up there.
I'm gonna put it around my shoulders so it dangles around my back. Skulls.
So, while the other two were sort of investigating things down there, what were the two of you guys up to?
Pretty much just watching that big, ominous hole in the back of the building.
Okay.
I had my head shoved in this hole.
All right.
Not your hole, Draven. I wanted that hole, and I was watching them like weirdos.
Okay. Then Sybil, you were staring at the hole the whole time. So give me another investigation check.
Oh boy. Okay.
Not bad. So your fixation on the large sort of shattered hole in the side of this hut, as the others are down there investigating, and Martos just kind of stares at them with her head down the hole. You notice something kind of beyond the hole as you stare at it. You can kind of see like marks in the grass, sort of dirt that's been kicked up past this large shattered part.
Okay. It looks like something very big ran that way. Or many things. I don't know.
If you want to take a look at it, you can get closer to it. I'm just saying, from staring at the distance, you notice that there's something a bit weird beyond there.
Okay. Draven walks up the wall and sits on the ceiling as Martos chases him down.
I'll sit right underneath you.
I didn't even notice this was happening in the background.
Witch is just sitting in the chair eating an apple.
All right. There's sort of some signs of damage to the table that you're sitting at with. One of the chairs has been completely shattered, and there's sort of splinters on the table. And as you're kind of sitting there eating your apple, you notice another little series of droplets of blood sitting on the table, dried as well.
Whoever was attacked here was probably having a nice meal.
Sybil, if you want to take a look, you can.
All right.
I just wanted to
Nope,
address
I
what
don't-
Witch is doing.
Get attacked out here.
I'm not going to make you roll again. You guys have done a million rolls, so we'll just use
Okay.
your 20. We'll use your 20 because it's decent. So we'll keep that one going. How tall is the building? I don't know. Like, maybe 12-ish feet to the ceiling.
I'm 6.5. How tall are you, Draven? I'm gonna do a little hop. I'm gonna get that hair.
You could probably
Uh,
grab
Oh,
it if you
it's like
reach.
Pretty much 6'2", right? So-
Yeah, I'm 6'2".
He's sitting down
Draven.
now, so
Draven is
I'll
6
do a little
foot
hop.
in character, 5'11", out of character. So
I'm
he's probably sitting with a good 3 feet. So you could probably stand on your tiptoes and play with his hair as it hangs down.
Martos, give me a good athletics check if you want to jump and grab it.
Oh god.
You just asked.
You miss.
Wow.
You just kind of brush the tips of it, but you don't really
That's
grab
all I
any of it.
needed.
Okay.
Okay, successful.
Draven notices you going for his hair and then just kind of pulls it up and holds it in place.
Outside the shack, which you can see Sybil doing this. She's just kind of looking around at the grass and dirt outside. Sybil, what you noticed at first were just sort of these markings in the grass, but now that you're standing out in front of them, they're drag marks. Something was dragged out of the hole.
Oh. That's ominous. Hey guys,
Yeah.
it looks
Yes.
like our chair frontier got dragged out the back of the building.
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
No, from the position you're standing in currently.
Yes, from this exact position.
Uh,
Dragged to this area.
Draven, can you tell how old this blood is?
It's not too old. Draven kind of spins around and hops down. It's not fresh, however, it's not very aged as well. Would I know, like, exactly, like, hours or days or?
Not the exact. Probably, definitely within the month, and then within 2 weeks, maybe. Though it's hard to say exactly. It could be a couple days. It could be 2 weeks. Hard to say. But definitely within the month.
Could I do a check that would help me determine that better, or is that like all I can do?
Medicine, probably.
Alright, I'm gonna do a medicine as I licked the blood earlier, so I'm gonna roll on medicine for that.
Yeah, go for it. Within the week.
Okay.
It appears that this blood was dropped here within the week.
Whatever happened here was relatively recent. If not today, then within the week.
I just want to know what the fuck thought it was a good idea to bust through the wall.
Well, I imagine it had to have been pretty bold to do so. Animals, I don't think would usually.
Yeah, a random animal would not just run through this wall, would it? I don't know. Fucking know. Animals are animals. They might. I don't know.
Martos, how many walls have you ran through?
I ran through a
most
lot of
animals would. You'd have to have like it'd be a not like common animal. I think a deer could go through that wall. Moose, maybe. I don't think this area has moose.
What's a moose?
Big deer. Big,
Giant,
very not good deer.
Giant deer.
Ah.
I've traveled far and wide across Grand Lorien, and I've never seen a moose.
Well, hopefully we won't run into one because I don't feel like fucking with one today.
Yeah.
Well, could have been a half orc. Who knows?
You know, it probably. You know what? I
Never
wouldn't
seen
judge
a
us. We
hand
probably
axe.
would.
I think Mardos could have probably gotten through that wall.
Yeah.
He really wanted
Hold on.
to.
This wall.
Just measuring out the size
Yeah.
of the hole.
Yeah, I think I could probably bust through a wall like this.
All right, then. So we know which way we're going.
Let's just follow these drag marks, I guess.
All right, then. Let's continue on.
Go for it.
Yes, Luna, there are.
Okay.
By this point, we're just finishing up his apple.
It's Grand Lorien, Canada.
Gotcha, I was about to make the joke. Just want to make sure.
It's got a little bit different cultural influences than that, but there is a little bit of Canada in there. Alrighty. Then making your way west, you see sort of more of those rock faces as you make your way back sort of out into the woods. Let's copy you guys. But none as large as the one that was sort of blocking your way to the hut itself.
Can I roll survival to like actively make sure we're following the right area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
not.
we're on
Ooh.
track.
It's not an incredibly difficult track to follow, just because there's so much grass that any disturbance in it is pretty obvious. But you follow it perfectly well. And as you continue out west in the woods, you follow this trail. So I'll ping it for you since you did so well. You spot another sort of group of droplets of blood. Again, it's not a lot of blood, just a little bit. And then you notice some drag marks up here. And you follow the sort of disturbance in the dirt slightly north, seeing some more blood spatters as you walk.
Imagine like Draven's walking on all fours, just sniffing the ground.
Not just sniffing, just licking.
Just looking up, pointed straight at the next direction we gotta go.
That is
into.
exactly what I'm imagining now.
It's raising one arm slightly bent,
That one.
nose facing the next one.
Oh wow.
Face is dragging across the dirt, making sure he gets all this shit.
So you follow this trail for about another half an hour. Just periodic small little splotches of blood just kind of dripped onto some of the grass, as well as the occasional sort of chunks of grass and dirt that have kind of been knocked loose. And after a little while following this trail, you see another large rock face ahead of you. And this one is larger still than the one that you saw earlier. And sort of through the gap in the trees as you make your way along, this is what you see.
Oh no.
Oh.
I don't do caves.
What do you
Caves
mean?
are not a safe.
Oh.
No.
We did a cave earlier.
That was a human cave. This is an animal cave.
Well,
What's a
who said
glowy
that first
cave?
one wasn't a human cave originally?
It turned into a human cave. This does not seem like a human cave.
This is a big, nasty animal cave.
Well,
Oh, if
maybe.
we're lucky.
Maybe it's a
Something
human
not good if we're not.
maybe it's a, I'm gonna go with the thought it's a human cave so my mind feels better about this. Okay?
Listen, plenty of civilized folk live in caves.
Javen, you aren't civilized, so I don't know why you're making this argument.
Well, you're all one to talk.
Right?
I never said I was civilized. I don't lie about who I am.
All right. It's
I'm
no different than the other
civilized, aren't I?
Mm,
Wits?
You talk
Civil?
civilized.
Besides the blood thing?
Draven following the trail leads sort of up this sort of naturally formed almost ramp that then goes into this very large mouth of a cave.
Perhaps we'll meet some civilized folks in here. Now I can show you all how civilized I am by interacting with them civilly.
This ain't gonna go well.
Doing a big pier, just looking inside.
It's dark, but with your vision, you can kind of see some ways down. It is a long tunnel that slopes gently downward. Rocky walls and sort of a stony, gravelly dirt below you.
Okay. So you said the blood trail led up in there. Do I still see like a bit of it, kind of leading into the cave?
A little bit, yeah. You can see the sort of disturbances in some of the dirt go about as far as your vision, but beyond that, again, it's hard to say.
Okay.
It appears the trail continues into the cave.
Well, why wouldn't it?
Alright then, I will get behind you and you lead the way.
Alright, hold on to his little shirt, okay?
I can't see, so I kind of have to.
Mhm.
Stay close.
He just holds on to the tails of his hair, like a little safety rope.
No, you're not holding on to his hair. That's not gonna work.
I know.
Alrighty.
Draven would leave you in the dark.
Then slowly making your way into the cavern. As you travel, you notice that the sort of dirt and gravel and rock and trail that you're following begins to become harder and harder to follow as the floor below you kind of slowly transitions to harder stone.
Well, this is giving me deja vu.
As you make your way further along the tunnel, you can see it sort of open up into a wider cavern, a larger rock formation kind of jutting out from the center of it. Sybil, you can see moss growing along this stone here. It's sort of a cold, slightly damp stone, which has attracted the moss. You can see some roots kind of growing out of the walls in places as you look around. And out of the corners of your vision, you see things scuttle in the darkness.
My spidey senses are tingling.
Those are cockroaches. I would have fireballed them if I could.
Spiders are worse.
What? Spiders eat mosquitoes. Spiders are nice. They're cool. What the fuck do cockroaches do?
Yeah, spiders are friendly.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Spiders
saying that
don't
because you are a spider,
fly
basically.
at your face.
I am not a
hate them.
spider.
You can climb like one. You had
Yeah,
webs on you
that's-
earlier.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm a little bit like a spider, but yes, spiders are good.
All right, well, Mr. Spider, do you see where the trail went?
Martha, as you scuttle your way up this rock formation, it's maybe about 10 feet up.
God damn.
But it's sort of tiered almost, like there's different sections that you can kind of get footholds in as you climb your way up. And as you arrive on top of it, you see a bunch of maybe fist-sized insects scurry your way off, running away from you, that were sitting up on top of the rock.
There's some big ass bugs,
I just looked at my own fist and just
Yeah.
it doesn't look.
And so from
Yeah.
standing up there, Martos, you're probably easiest. It's easiest for you to tell that there are 3 different paths you can take, other than the one that takes you back to the light. One straight ahead, to the west, one north, and one south. 3 different tunnels, and you have a choice as to where you want to head next.
So I assume the trail I was following is kind of faded out by now.
It has.
This is definitely the right way, everyone. We need to go south.
I'm for it.
At this point, Witch will light his own torch because he's tired of having to hold on to Draven.
Very well.
As I peer down this hallway, whatever, do I see anything in particular?
It travels on for a little bit and then curves a little bit to the west, and you're unable to see past the curve.
Okay.
Yep, this is definitely the way we need to go.
I'm getting bad juju vibes.
Let me give you a little. There you go. There's your torch.
Does that only make it to where I can I see further than that?
It's
area,
bigger
or
than
is
that, but I don't want to cover up the
yeah.
entire map with it.
I figured, yeah. I'm just being sure.
So 20 and 20, but
If not, that'd be a really shitty torch.
20 bright, 20 dim, but I just wanted to remember that you had it because this is where we're gonna have to end the session.
Right. Oh, cool! It follows me. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's an aura. If you open up your little gear thing and then scroll down to token aura, you can choose
I
the
see.
radius and the color of it. And if you want it to be a circle or a square, it's good for certain spells that do auras. Lots of paladin stuff like
Very
that.
light.
Yeah.
So it's a handy little tool for paladins out there if you didn't know you could do it.
Okay, that's cool.
Or if you have just like a radius of turn undead and things like that, handy for spells mostly. And lighting. So we'll pick up again as you guys head south next session.
Hell yeah. Great session.
It was.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
I killed
got to
more
use
things
friends.
in this single session than I have in the
You
rest of the
you
campaign.
stole kills.
You still kill
Yeah.
some.
Appreciate it.
My
Oh.
combat was terrible.
Wait, what was terrible?
Sorry. I didn't use my spells in a very good way. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I think you were fine.
you were probably
Yeah,
busy
you did.
taking care of your illness there, but you did save Martos from getting the absolute shit kicked out of her with your entangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
I'm dead after this
denying-
one hit.
Denying that
yeah.
turn kind of saved her. Of course, she could have saved herself long before, but that's not the
No,
Martis
no,
way.
no, no, no. I'm saying y'all know.
Entangle forced it to use its action, and even though it got out, it couldn't attack her that turn, so she survived an extra turn. You might have missed
Yeah.
that, but
Okay.
you genuinely did probably save her life. She could have been downed by whatever hit she took next. So don't feel too bad about your spell usage. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I enjoyed it.
And then Draven was just having fun with that armored one over there the entire time.
Yeah. I didn't know you
Bruh.
could like go up a tree in combat. That was
He's
pretty
like, you know
funny.
what? Come up here and get
It's
me.
just,
if you really
uh,
want to fight.
It's just a climbing speed. So as long as you have a climbing speed, it's just like moving.
Yeah, that Zephyr Strike can work really well with the like melee ranger. It's like so I can like dip out without getting AOP.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love Shadow Blade now.
It is
It's
pretty
a really
cool.
good spell.
I just throwing it everywhere. Although
Yeah,
I
that was pretty
realized
great.
after twice that I should have been using that as the second attack because you don't even add your modifier to it anyway, and for that second
Mm.
attack you're not allowed to add your modifier, so I should have been using
Well-
the dagger first anyway.
You can add your modifier to Shadow Blade. It's just strength or dex because it's finesse. But I don't think you have anything plus more than 0, right?
Let me see. Oh no, my dex is +2.
I believe you can because it's a finesse weapon, right?
Yeah, true. I guess I forgot about it because all of the stuff for
You were rolling daggers, right?
I was just rolling dagger for the attack roll because it was gonna have the same attack roll.
Then it was giving you that anyway.
Well, no,
We're-
for the
We're
damage.
talking about Shadow Blade.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
Shadow
damage.
Blade
For the damage.
Yeah, for the
Sorry, yeah. I
damage.
thought you were talking
Yeah.
about the to hit.
Yeah, I should have been rolling that extra +2 on it. I just wasn't thinking about it, just
Then yeah.
because. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it,
make
it
sure you
doesn't
remember that.
show anything on it.
Try and remember
yeah,
too.
Here, I'm gonna leave a note on it. I know I forget.
I didn't realize you had +2 in dex. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have a. Even though that's why I have like nothing in wisdom and strength, it's because I threw the rest of it in dex.
I mean, it's good. Like I like a bit of dex on my wizards. Gives a bit of
Oh,
AC.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
grab a what is it, mage armor, and throw that on, it helps a bit too.
Yeah, it's arguably one of the best that because it just determines so many different good things.
Yeah, I like a decent amount of con on my wizards, and then just throwing the extras in dex after you've like pumped your it.
Is there session doodle?
Yeah, I love this session doodle. It's great.
I was trying to open it,
And
but it wasn't letting
hopefully-
for me.
Yeah, it's having trouble loading on my computer, but I did open original and that worked fine.
Oh, so yeah, it
that's
wasn't opening for me either.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh,
It didn't load for me either. I just I opened it in a link and it worked. Not sure
Huh.
what happened there.
that's fun. You like it? That's his danger spores.
Yep.
Is there anything next week that interferes?
I hope not.
Next week.
I think so though.
I don't think so.
Not for me.
On Monday, I have a dentist appointment. I'm getting my braces off, and nothing else for the whole week.
Okay.
So,
If anything changes at all, simply let me know, and we'll make the arrangements. The next actual stream will be Friday, unless anything changes that. Difficulty scheduling with that, and then the whole tech issue last week was annoying. But I think we should be fine for Friday. So tune in Friday 7 p.m. Eastern. Unless it gets pushed later, it might. We've got some work schedules to work around there. But for now, I'll say 7 p.m. Eastern, and then I'll announce if it changes. But to segue, if you want to know if anything changes, follow the Twitter. Or join our Discord, because that's where I announce changes to schedules. So take a peek there. Indeed, yeah. It wouldn't be D&D without work schedule problems. But yeah, so stay updated there. If you miss anything, or if you're unable to watch a stream and want to catch up, we've got an archive on YouTube. That's the link there. All the VODs are transferred over there because they don't stay very long on Twitch with my affiliate status. Just 15 days. So if you want to catch up or go back a ways and watch something that's already happened, that would be the place to do it. The last thing is we have a World Anvil link that will give you a link to basically a wiki for all the different stuff about this living world that all my campaigns take place in. So take a peek at that if you want to explore the world a little bit more and learn about maybe some of the stuff that we've referenced sort of offhand that can be dove a little deeper into there. Other than that, we're all good. So, unless anybody has anything else to say, then I will say goodnight here. We've got another... Oh, go ahead.
Got one thing and say in chat.
Yes, of course. Of course,
There
yeah. Very funny. There'll be a day where I delete that, but it's not today. I'll forget about it. It'll be like 4 years from now. I've forgotten about it. Somebody else will just do it randomly in chat in like 4 years.
I'll be like,
what? Yeah, who's C? And then I'll have to sit them down and tell them the tale of Wits the Wizard.
Wits the drunk wizard who just went exclamation point cheese in every stream regardless of session.
Who memed his way into a custom command. Yeah, so we'll wrap up things here. And we have a new ending screen too. Not just a new BRB screen. So check that out if you want. And I'll send you guys to it right now. Also done by our very own Sybil, Charlie Chorn. And they
I
turned
was
out...
off mic whenever you did the BRB screen, but that is super dope, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I watched the VOD because I wasn't looking when I saw it when you did it. But
Yeah, go back and take a peek at it. It's about an hour and 20-ish minutes in. If you want to check out the BRB screen. But yeah, so have a good night, everybody, and I'll send you to our end screen. Take care and see everyone on Friday or back here on maybe Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern for more Silversong, or maybe even next week for more Whispers in the Woods. Take care and have a good night.
Wow.